Good morning, students. The first one chapter of geography we have completed. Now we are moving on second chapter. Your second chapter is land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resource. So as we talk about resource, already in the first one chapter I told you what the means of resource. You remember what the resource? That the things around us which fulfill our needs and satisfied us are called resource. Okay, so that already we have completed in the last chapter, and we talk about the basic classification of resources: natural resource, human resource and man-made resource. Here we are talking about the land resource, soil as a resource, water as a resource, natural vegetation as natural resource and wildlife resource. So all these natural resources we are going to talk about in this one chapter. Okay, so this is the chapter is given you here. The first short story is given you, a little short paragraph is given you to make you understand is about the means of resources. So again reminding the same word, resource, that resource means the different things around us which fulfill our needs, which satisfied us, are called resource. So first we are talking about land resource. Land, the first one, resource, and a very important resource. In the last chapter also we talk about the land as an important resource because we are having our existence on the land. Okay, different type of activities humans are performing on the land. Like if you talk about the agriculture activity, if I talk about the industrialization, manufacturing process, whatever. So different activities are all over the land. So land surface or land is a very important natural resource provided to us. Now when we talk about this land, you have to remember that if I talk about overall the earth surface, if I'm taking land, we have to remember that only 3/4, okay, 3/4 part already covered, you learn in the earlier class also, is covered by water. You learn that the approx 72% of the earth is covered by water. So here we learn, earlier you learn also 3/4 part, if I talk about whole the globe, whole the world, then 3/4 part of the earth is already covered by water, and only 1/4 part is we are using as land resource. So what do you understand by this? That land is already a limited resource. Okay, so land is already limited resource. Now this land again already it is limited resource, and that complete land is also now 1/4 is land. That's mean if I talk about the 100%, that in that 100% only 30% land is used by human, because only 1/4 is land area, 3/4 is water area. So only 30% land is used by human being. Okay, so and 90% population is living in that 30% of land mass area, and rest of 70% of land or if I talk about that overall, firstly divided as in a water and land mass, and if I talk about the complete 100 in another first manner, and in a second manner if I talk about the if that complete land area is also not used by the human being, in that land area also we are using hardly the 1/4 part of land area. Okay, remember that firstly we are using only the 1/4 land area. How much land area? We are using only the 1/4 land area. And again if I talk individually about the land, that from that 100% we are using only the 30% land mass area. Okay, that 30% is used land area, and rest of 70% land is not usable, or we can consider it not inhabitable. In fact, it is that 70% land is uninhabited. Okay, so 70% land is basically uninhabited. Why it is uninhabited? Inhabited is only 30%. Uninhabited is 70% land area. 70% is uninhabited because of somewhere we are having part is covered by water area. Somewhere we are having that the dense forest area. Somewhere we are having areas as in a frozen form. Somewhere we are having it as in a desert areas. So because of all these factors, physical or the natural physiography, physical features, that complete land is not inhabited. So only 30% land is in use and 70% is uninhabited. Okay. So here we are talking about this land resource going through your book. So in this way, this land is used in a different manner. Now if I talk about the land use, land is used for the different purposes. You can see it is given in your text also: forestry, mining, building, houses, roads, and setting up of industries. Similarly, so many different type of activities are performed over the land surface area. Now this land is affected by, land is already limited, and that land is again consumed more and more, and two factors are responsible for that. The use of land is determined by two basic factors. Number one is physical factor and number two is human factor. What are the two factors? Number one is physical factor, number two is human factor. Now if I talk physical factor, it's include soil, climate, mineral and availability of water. And human factor, you learn earlier also that the population and technology. Human factor में किसको count कर रहे हैं हम? Population and technology. So population, that human is using land for the different purposes, and technology. Or technology availability, not only availability of technology, in fact the feasibility of technology. क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी का बस अवेलेबल होना सफिशिएंट नहीं है, किस रीजन में टेक्नोलॉजी कितनी फिजिबल है, दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. बिकॉज ऑफ दीज टू फैक्टर्स, फिजिकल फैक्टर्स including all the physical factors like soil, climate, mineral, availability of water, etc., and human factor which include two factors, population and technology. These determined the use of land. ठीक है, लैंड को हम किस किस तरीके से यूज कर सकते हैं, कितना उसका कंजप्शन कर रहे हैं, ये इन दोनों फैक्टर्स पे डिपेंड करता है. And in your book you have given land use in selected countries. You have given one side the countries and percentage of area is shown to you for an example to make you understand. Next thing is that land we study as in a different pattern also, or basically we use as three pattern wise we can understand it, or basically if we learn it may be the two pattern: private land, okay, that is owned by any individual, whereas the community land, that is owned by the community for common use, that is common property. Okay, what are the two types of land? You have to remember: one, private land, that private land is owned by any individual. किसी भी एक, हमारी कोई भी लैंड एरिया है, हमारा फिक्स प्लॉट है, वो हमारी प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी है, हमारी इंडिविजुअल की प्रॉपर्टी है. एंड सेकेंड इज अ कॉमन प्रॉपर्टी, और द वी से that the common land is where people are having, a group of people of the local area having equal access. Okay, over that land people are having equal access. That land is called common land. So private land and common land, in a two manner we study it. It is given you private land and second is the community land. Private land and community land, two methods or in a two ways we are using it or we study it. Okay. People and their demands are always ever going, but the availability of land is very limited. You learn that the only 1/4 part of the earth is land area, and in that also only 30% is inhabited area. So land is very limited stock, and we have to conserve it also. Different types of degradation, pollution, landslide, soil erosions, these are causing the destruction of the land. So today the vast change in the land use pattern also reflect the cultural changes in our society. Land degradation, landslide, soil erosion, and desertification. You learn all these terms. Degradation means that the quality of the land is deteriorated. Okay, continuously deteriorated because we are settling continuously, and second, we are using the chemical fertilizers also, and landslide. Similarly, other types reasons are there. Land is continuously degraded. Secondly, landslide, it's a common thing you have seen during the rainy season in the hilly areas. You have seen that how a piece of land, a part of that mountain surface cut separately, and that fell down on the road area. So that landslides also. Soil erosion, that due to the heavy rain, due to the very strong wind or storm, soil of one part or one region eroded and then settled in another area. Then desertification. You learn that what is the means of desert. Desert yani where no vegetation is there. It may be the sandy land, it may be the frozen land also. So desertification, these are some major threats to the environment because of the expansion of the agriculture and construction activities. And why all these? Degradation and landslide, soil erosion and desertification, these are responsible because of expansion of agriculture. You can say the modern methods of agriculture and the construction activities of human being. Construction of roadways, railways, construction of the multi-stories buildings for the hospitals, schools, university, colleges, market, supermarket. Different type of construction activities are going on which are leading such type of land degradation. Right? So that land degradation is not good. We need to protect it. So next topic is given you here, that the conservation, and in this picture also you have shown a very good method is given you to make you understand that in an early time that by cutting the forest, people started to live in a particular area. They settled by making the kacha houses. Slowly development occurred, and they started to making their houses from the kacha houses to the cemented houses or the metallic roof. Also they started to use. Then better roadways also developed, transport system also developed, and then village converted as in a town area. Then town also with a more developed facilities converted as in a city. So in this way, that journey causes all such type of degradation or deterioration in the land quality. Okay. Now conservation of land resource. Is it must? And it's required. So conservation of land, now it's understood that we need to conserve the land. We have to use the land in a proper manner, and in fact additional some process activities could be minimized so that land resource could be preserved for future use. So how that conservation could be done? All these steps are shown to you here in your book. I'm marking here, and you also do it and learn it also. So when we learn it, you have given that therefore the present rate of degradation of land must be checked. Checked means it should be stopped. Roka jana chahiye. So these are, what are the method to conserve the land? Number 1 is afforestation. Number 2 is land reclamation. Number 3 is regulated use of chemical and pesticides and fertilizers. And number 4 is check on overgrazing. Okay, or you can write number 5 as the check on maximum construction activity. So we can count all these 5 points to conserve the land resource. So how do you conserve, or what the steps, what the method you can show to conserve the land resource? So here we can use the 5 method. Through these 5 methods we can conserve the land resource. Number is, one is afforestation. What is afforestation? Afforestation means planting the tree. Deforestation, opposite of deforestation is afforestation. You remember, deforestation, cutting of tree; afforestation, planting the tree. So we need to have a better quality of land. Of course we need afforestation. Second is land reclamation, that it should be reclaimed again, for is also must and required for the conservation of land. Third is regulated use of chemical pesticide and fertilizers. At present time, for the agriculture activity, we are using the modern methods of farming. In that modern methods of farming, what we are using, that high yielding variety of seeds we are using, chemical fertilizers we are using, and for the rats or the pets or insects we are using the insecticides and pesticides, chemical pesticides, which are very harmful for the land. And similarly, these are harming or creating problem or same characteristics or the properties contained in that food or the crop also, or vegetable also, and we are consuming the same, and that's why number of disease like the cancers are increasing because of these pesticide, insecticides and chemical fertilizers. So it's also required to regulate, इसको बहुत ही minimize किया जाए. Fourth is check on overgrazing. Means sometime what happened that the pastoral communities, who are the pastoral communities are the group of people who move with their cattle herds, not only 10 to 20 animals, in fact they are having more than 100 of animals, and they move from one place to another place with their cattle herds, with their animals. So sometime land area may be overgrazed, and due to that overgrazing also land quality is continuously degraded, and it affect the environment of that particular area. So the common method, these are some common method. And check on the maximum construction activities, that the limited development is of course required, but development should be by keeping in mind the environment also. So these 5 steps can be taken for the conserving of land. Okay, that is land conservation. Now if I talk about the landslide, you can see in your book that how that the piece of land, पहाड़ का ये टुकड़ा टूट करके पूरा रोड में आया, रोड भी टूट गई है पूरी. So in such type of landslide are mostly can be seen during the rainy season in the hilly areas or the mountainous part of the country. So this is called landslide. So landslide are simply defined as the mass of movement of rock, debris or earth down to slope. This is landslide. What is landslide? This is defined you here. What is landslide? So that landslide may be caused because of the conjunction with the earthquake, floods and volcanoes, and extra or maximum construction activities also. You have given a case study, you learn it. Now is about the mitigation mechanism. Mitigation, you can understand that how it can be checked, how it can be reduced. So we have given the following step for it. Number 1, hazard mapping to locate area prone to landslide. Hence such areas can be avoided for building settlement. Right, it's a better method. So hazard mapping, इस तरह की mapping कर दी जाए, means such type of zones should be identified and informed to the people, so that any type of such construction activity could not be there. Construction ना हो, लोगों को नुकसान ना हो, और ये तब possible होगा if we are having that proper hazard mapping. Second is a construction of retention wall to stop land from slipping. Like if that area, suppose as a picture is shown to you, a road is going on and up to the anyhow 6 to 7 feet height तक की हम अगर wall create कर रहे हैं, then in such a condition directly the small landslide will not affect or will not stop that transport method or the roadways, or anyhow it will help or stop the landslide. Increase in the vegetation cover to assert landslide. Simply you learn in your earlier classes also that plants or the roots of the plants anyhow tight the soil with it, so it reduce the soil erosion. Similarly, if the mountain area will be covered with the vegetation and with the dense forest area, then landslide will be limited. Fourth is the surface drainage control works to control the movement of landslide along with the rainwater and the spring flower also. So surface drainage control also should be there, so that means drainage के लिए proper method बनाया जाए, so that that drainage could not dissolve the land area and it will later on will not resulted as landslide. So these 4 steps can be used or can be taken as a mitigation mechanism to stop the landslide, or we can say basically to minimize the landslide. Okay, so this is the first is land. So this is the first part, and in the second part we will talk about the soil and water.